Well, a federal judge has blocked an Obama administration rule to extend mandatory overtime pay to more than 4 million salaried workers from taking effect. It was supposed to go into effect December 1st. It would have doubled to $47,500, the maximum salary a worker can earn, and still be eligible for mandatory overtime pay. But a judge in Texas ruled yesterday that it's unlawful. More now from Doug Bracken, a labor and employment attorney in the Dallas area, who's with us live this morning. Good morning, Doug. What was your reaction to the ruling when you heard it?
Well, I was somewhat surprised, although there have been a recent string of decisions from the courts that seem to overturn Obama administration, orders and regulations.
What was the reason that the judge gave for it being unlawful?
Well, the judge decided that the original statute that created the white-collar exemptions, as they're called, or the executive administrative professional exemptions from the FLSA, which provides for overtime, he found that essentially the statute was very clear that there was no salary level required. There's no reason for Congress to, or even the regulations that were passed by the Department of Labor recently, there's no reason for those to have a salary level, that all that was necessary was a duties test to determine whether you're executive, administrative, or professionally exempt from the overtime provisions of the Fair Labor Standards Act.
You think, Doug, that this gets revisited in the coming weeks before Mr. Obama leaves office, or is this done now?
I doubt it's done. Essentially, there's the opportunity to appeal it for the Department of Labor since they lost on this. And we'll see if they do. I haven't heard yet that they will. The decision just came down yesterday at a hearing here in Sherman, Texas.
I assume that the business community is happy about this ruling?
Yes, I'm sure the business community is. It comes kind of late in the game. A lot of larger companies have probably already implemented the changes to double the salaries of a lot of these, executive, administrative, and professional type employees. Smaller companies may not have done anything yet, and now find that they don't have to. But it is a preliminary injunction, so the case will continue. But in the meantime, there is a block nationwide, in fact.
We're speaking live this morning with Doug Bracken, labor and employment attorney who's based in Dallas. We're talking about this decision by a federal judge yesterday blocking the Obama administration overtime rule. Anybody put a cost on that, Doug? Is there any numbers floated around about what that would have meant for the business community?
It was going to cost quite a bit. I think Michael Perez of the Department of Labor had estimated that it would be a very large number, like millions, billions even. To the business community. There was some thought that it was overestimated that this much money would flow, actually flow to employees, because the business community would have to offset it in one way or another. The business community flat out couldn't afford to spend that much money on wage costs just for compliance with the Department of Labor regulations that had been passed.
Do you get the sense that there might be a move to at least up what the maximum is now? Maybe just not as high as the $47,500?
It's possible that could happen. If this judge's ruling is upheld that the salary level test is unlawful, then there won't be any real basis for raising it. That being said, I think there are people who believe that it's too low.
Yeah.
Even conservatives might agree that $23,000 was too low. But if it's flat out unlawful to have a salary level requirement, then you may not see one.
Yeah, right. Who was largely behind this? I know this was President Obama's push, but he got input from who? Do you know?
I only know that the Department of Labor is the entity or department that had decided to implement these changes. President Obama had issued a presidential memo back in 2014 requesting or even directing the Department of Labor to change the salary, well, not necessarily the salary level, but the exemptions. He had argued in a memo that basically the exemptions had not kept up with the modern economy.
Yeah.
So the Department of Labor went back and changed the salary level basis. Did not change any of the duties. So all the duties for the exemptions to be an executive or administrative or professional, exempt from overtime, all those duties remained.
Very good. Hey, thanks for a few minutes. Good chatting with you. Doug Bracken, labor and employment attorney based in the Dallas area. By the way, the Labor Department says it strongly disagrees with the judge's decision yesterday. It remains confident that the entire rule is legal and is currently considering its options.